In this video, we're going to take a look at where to find the envelope controls in some of the Ableton Live stock instruments. In a second video, we'll go more in depth with one of those instruments, wavetable. So here I have this instance of analog, and if I make sure that track is record armed, you can hear the sound. Now, analog has different sections, and if I click on a section, you can see the center display changes. That's pretty standard in a lot of Ableton instruments. We have an oscillator section, a filter section, and an amplifier section. That's duplicated down here with a second oscillator, filter, amplifier. There's an LFO section and then a global section here with some extra controls. But for this video, we're just going to concentrate for now on the amplifier section. And notice that there is an envelope here. So if I manipulate the envelope, it will change the sound. You can hear how the note sort of swells in, and that's because the attack time is longer. Specifically, the attack time is 263 milliseconds. You can also manipulate the envelope controls here. So this is a pretty typical display for Ableton. It's got a blue line with 3 boxes, and in this case there are 2 ways of manipulating the envelope. There's an exponential or linear settings, and so let's switch over to linear. This is more what you would see if you were looking at like a graph of an envelope somewhere. And the first box, you can drag it, it controls the attack time. The second box controls both the decay time and the sustain volume. It's sort of a 2-for-1 there. And then this last box controls the release time. So you can make a lot of differences in the way the note is shaped by controlling the envelope. There's also an envelope for the filter. We're not going to get into that right now. I will be showing you filter envelopes in a second video, but just know that this is where the filter envelope controls are for analog, right here in this section and in this section when it's active. Let's move on to drift. Drift is one of the newer Ableton instruments, and it has a dedicated envelope section here with 2 different envelopes, and you can assign these to different parameters. Over here in operator, the envelope is shown in the main display right away. There are actually 4 independent oscillators in operator, and they can be routed so that they flow into one another or they're totally separate. But in any case, the envelopes can all be unique. And you can go and see all of them right there. There's also a filter envelope section here. So when I show you in the second video what these envelopes actually do, now you know where to find them. There are envelopes in a lot of instruments, and it's just a matter of you looking around and knowing that in Ableton at least, you can control the envelopes with these squares. You can also control them with the numerical values nearby.